Welcome to episode 2 of my stock Evo rebuild unmodifying situation. Today I'm going to be removing the entire Mishimoto intercooler pipe system, hot side and cold side. I'm going to be restoring the stock cold side piping and painting it black, and I'm going to be installing the Plazmaman Hot Side. Let's get into it. Step 1 is to remove all these old stock joiners, which is easier said than done. That is stiff. Now we're going to let all these bits dry in the sun for quite a while, and then we'll do some brake cleanup probably, because these are pretty filthy, so we need to get these cleaned up a fair bit better than what they are. So while everything's out in the sun drying, let's start removing the upper intercooler piping system. There's the nice one, and there's the cruddy one. So I'm just going to use brake caliper paint for this, gloss black. I believe this doesn't need a primer. I don't have any proper primer to go with the enamel paint because I believe you need an etch primer because this is aluminium. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, but I do have a bunch of this. So I'm just going to send it. I might regret it. I hope not. We'll do a bunch of light coats, maybe 4 or 5. We'll see how it's going, and then we'll see how it ends up. So that's it for the first coat. That's literally all we need, a nice light coat. It is like looking like, I'm not sure if you can see just there, but that's what it looks like when it's not sticking that well. So I'm just going to do this one for now. I'm not going to do all 3, just in case I do need to rub this back and go get a primer and do it differently. But we'll see how we go. I'm going to give this 10 minutes to dry and then we'll go again. So this thing has now had 3 coats. It's looking a lot better. I think it's going to be fine, so I might start coating the other 2. I think we've probably got 2 coats to go, but it's looking good. Alright, while we're between coats with the intercooler piping, let's see if we can install the Plazmaman Hot Side. Now, first step is going to be remove the existing J-pipe from the car, and let me tell you, it does not look accessible. So that's the J-pipe just there, just above the alternator. The problem is the bolts are pretty much on top of the actuator. So now you can see this one sort of just there, and then the other one is Well, let's just say it's a long way up there. The weapon of choice with a little wow thing. Well, turns out this side might not be too bad because it actually pretty much goes straight up on there, just like that. So actually with this exact setup, I was actually managed to get both bolts undone. So that's what you want, 12 mil little swivel. Now we do actually have to disconnect where the wastegate actuator connects, which is just there. It's pretty much just a vacuum hose. It's pretty much just a vacuum hose with one of those little clamps. So I got it off. Turns out I just ripped the vacuum line off. So I guess I'm basically the Hulk. It's been there for 20 years, so fair enough. It is still long enough to where I can connect the new one, but that is a little bit annoying. As you can see, the difference is quite significant between the OEM one and the Plazzy one. That's a good mod. So we've done 5 coats on this now. We've done 4 coats on this one. No, 3, 4, I don't know. Either way, it's kind of getting to like late afternoon and it gets very cold here in the Southern Highlands. So that, I just did another coat. That's probably gonna be the last one for today. They need more still. This one, I think it'd probably be okay. It looks pretty good. The other 2 definitely need more. I'm not sure which one's the hot side. I think maybe that one. Either way, I'm not using it, but it would have just been dumb to only paint 2 of the 3 pieces. So yeah, I'll finish these tomorrow, but they're looking good. Let's finish getting this hot side on. Advised that they get installed like this a lot, so we've got to make sure we get it on there properly like that. Installing things like this and trying to film it is honestly the worst, because obviously, you know, with the car not on a hoist, you can't film anything. It does my head in. So I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just going to clean up the bottom of the turbo with a rag, get rid of a bit of the oil residue. Considering we are using the old gasket, we've got to sort of do what we can here, you know. It's really, honestly, I would say between sort of losing the gasket and threading that nipple, this is not going all that well. Anyway, it's really, you know, you have those days when it's just not really working out. I feel like thus far today is one of those days. Let's connect the vacuum line, my broken vacuum line, because I ripped it off because I am the Hulk. I got shit falling in my eyes. Oh my god. After 10 minutes of fucking around, I finally got it installed. It's quite tight against the actuator. Now it does get torqued down to 19 Newton meters if you're into that kind of thing. So let's get that sorted. Which is not all that tight. Voila. Now I've got it installed. Let me just tighten it all up. Then we can cross a few things off our to-do list. IC piping, remove Mishi, done. Paint stock pipes, well that's still in progress, probably got another coat to go, plus we gotta let it dry for like 48 hours, so. But install Plazmaman Hot Side is now done. Ticking and flicking. I think that's probably gonna do for these. They look pretty good. I'm gonna leave them out here to dry all day. And then, yeah, definitely probably another day or 2 before I put them on the car. Considering this does say it takes 24 hours to fully cure, a long time. Now intercooler pipes are all dry, cured, they've been painted for quite a while now. Let's see if we can mock them up in the engine bay and see how it's gonna look. Finished product. I guess this is like the final part of this video. Of course, we are gonna have to pull them out again So we're just gonna mock them up. We're not gonna hose clamp them or anything. We're just gonna work out how these silicone joiners go, see how it looks, get the overall vibe and the feel of the finished product of the black cold side painted pipes. Now I'm pretty sure this big piece is the one that comes off the intake manifold. So let's just slide him up on there. And then I believe this one will join that small middle piece. And then we have our little blow off valve line that's gonna go under here, up like that. Shall we go get the important bits? I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty damn nice. I'm assuming it goes something like that. Like that. How does that look? I think it looks pretty cool. Oh, nice and tight, which is always good. That's pretty cool. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. I like it. It turned out well. Turned out the exact color that I wanted. It's hard to tell at the moment, I think, to be honest. The light is obviously quite harsh, so I think that's probably not helping. I'm really keen to see this finished with the new battery here. I think this is going to be nice and stealthy when it's done, you know, just a lot of black. I'll miss the chrome pipes, admittedly. I did like it, but you know, fitment is important, and this should fit a lot better. Mistakes have been made. This is the Plazmaman turbo outlet pipe. The little fitting that connects to the vacuum lines, I think I mentioned that I threaded the absolute shit out of it, and I wasn't really happy. It was kind of in, but it was like only in a little bit. Anyway, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and just send it in a bit further. Look, I'm never gonna take it out, so I was like, what the hell? Then of course it fully threaded and then didn't bite and then became loose. So this is currently the situation. Look at that, that is destroyed. The thread in there is destroyed at the start, and then it sort of gets better towards the end. So it's obviously a pretty big problem. The car gets tuned, it's now Friday, the car gets tuned on Tuesday, and this needs to be on. So I figured there's either two options. One, we go and buy another one of these, probably a Meek one, because I don't think Plazmaman sells just this. But that would require me driving to Seven Hills, which is like an hour and a half away from here, and I don't like driving up there because it's miserable. So that's the worst case scenario. The better option is I have this brass fitting that I just picked up from Super Cheap. Now, I can't quite tell if it's an exact thread match for the fitting that came with the pipe, because obviously the thread is completely annihilated. I'm pretty sure it is. It looks very similar size. It's a 1/8 thread. They look about the same size. It looks like it fits in here, kind of like that, but of course the thread's destroyed at the start, so it's not going to turn. I have tried putting it on the inside and threading it from the inside, but I can't really get it. It's like a really bad angle. I just tried calling Plazmaman. I wanted to see if they could tell me what the thread was. Basically the reason why is because then I could put on this 1/8 thread, tap this through, and then thread that brass fitting in, Loctite it in, see you later, good to go. It's not ideal. This is a pretty big fuck up, I have to say, on my behalf. It threaded really easy. This is cast. I'm going to assume that's why. I honestly don't know how it threaded. I'm generally pretty careful. So if you're ever installing one of these, be very careful, because this is an absolute nightmare now. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I'm just going to send this through and hope for the best. Alright, crisis is averted. We have the brass fitting mounted in the J-pipe. It was stressful. I didn't even feel like filming it. I would say invest in a good tap and die set, because like this stuff happens even when you are careful. So have a tap and die set, probably a game changer in my opinion. Anyway, we got it in. It works fine. Will it hold 20 pounds of boost? Hopefully. So obviously isn't ideal. I don't know, we're getting tuned in a couple of days, so we'll see. I am going to Loctite this in. I feel like I should never have to take this out. I can't see why I would need to ever take this out, and I think that will just help. You know, I'm not going to put a lot of Loctite on it, just like a little dab. We have had another very near major catastrophe. I say very near because it was a catastrophe, but then I fixed it. And it's to do with threaded bolts, or threaded holes again. Oh my god, why does this keep happening to me? I went to bolt my J-pipe back up to the turbo, right there, and it turns out that hole that you can see, and that is literally the turbo. So I was quite stressed about it. The reason why it threaded is because I was using one of these little angle tools to get it in. Generally, the starter motor sits right here. See, there's the inside of the gearbox. The starter motor sits kind of here, and the cable for it, which is this, sits kind of there, so you kind of have to come at an angle. It threaded basically, which obviously something of a major catastrophe. So basically I managed to get a little tap. This is a, where is it? Maybe you can read that, 8mm by 1.25 thread pitch. I managed to just screw it at the start because there's only the real start of the thread because the bolt was kind of going in a bit on that angle. So I just managed to screw this in with my hands. Obviously there's not enough room to get the proper like this tool on there. And then we managed to get it so that our bolt will now screw all the way up in there, nice and straight. So the moral of the story for that one is to just remove the starter motor. It's annoying, you have to disconnect the battery, but do it, otherwise you will thread your turbo probably, and that's not good. So don't make the mistake I did and try and do it the short way. I mean, I just took it off, you know, like I got it the first go, but I didn't get it the second go. Let me show you how to take the starter off real quick. It's very easy. So basically what you have is a shield that goes underneath this. There is 4 8mm bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this fella sits kind of just like that. So you got 2 on the side, 2 on the bottom, pretty easy. Then you have to disconnect the main power cable, which connects to this fella here. So that is, I believe, a 12mm, get that off. There is a black clip which goes on this terminal. The black clip is that fella there. Now I felt like I was going to break this pulling it off, but essentially does just pull up and off. Then you have 2 14mm, so one goes in this side down there, and then the other one you have to go around here, and it's in this side of the transmission right there. So these are the 2. So the long one comes from this side just there, and then the short one is over here. And then you just give it a wiggle and it pops out. Then you have access straight to the turbo, and you can put a straight thing on there, and just do that, man. Don't make my mistake. All right, the J pipe is fully installed. It's in there, thank God. And the starter motor is back on, ready to go. Let's put the hot side pipe back on. All right, our Plazmaman Hot Side is reinstalled back on the car. On another note, why have I never used this before? This thing, I've had this for years and I've never used it. And using that to do all this, sliding in and out, made life so much easier. So that is it for the intercooler pipe install. Obviously, it's a little bit more stressful than it would probably normally be. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.